So Phineas is allowed to ride most rides with me when we go to Walt Disney World. For most rides that do not have a height requirement or are considered family friendly, service dogs are allowed to ride with their handlers. This is how Phineas and I navigate him riding with me when we ride a lot of the rides that Phineas is allowed to go on. So depending on the ride and depending on the day, we will check in with our disability access pass via the lightning lane, and then we'll go through the line and watch the pre-show. While watching the pre-show, I put Phineas in his middle settle and keep him out of the way of the other guests. Then after the pre-show, we walk through the queue towards the loading platform. Once at the loading platform, I'll have my husband load in first, then I'll have Phineas load into the ride vehicle, and then I'll load in after. I have Phineas lay down by my feet, sometimes under my knees, so that he doesn't get hit by the lap bar, and then I have him come from under my knees once the lap bar gets put down so that he can see the ride as it goes on. When riding, service dogs should never be hanging outside of ride vehicles or over any railings, as it is a safety issue. For rides that do not have a lap bar, such as It's a Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean, I typically just tuck Phineas in between my legs so that he can poke his head out so that he can see the ride. For the rides that Phineas cannot ride, the process looks very similar. The difference is that he waits backstage with a cast member in a crate. For service dog handlers who do not feel comfortable with creating their service dogs, they can opt to do a rider swap, in which the handler can wait with the service dog while one person rides, and then they may swap, and the service dog can wait with the other person. When exiting the ride vehicle, we typically do it the same way. I exit first, then Phineas follows, followed by my husband. We tend to make sure that Phineas's paws and tail are not caught in any of the ride mechanisms. And that's how we ride the Disney World rides. Go have fun and make some magic.